Hey everybody, this is Bill. I'm the salty old Marine. Let's talk about the VA's duty to assist. The duty to assist is a rule that the VA has that says that they have a legal responsibility to assist you in developing your VA disability claim. That's a good thing, right? They're on your side. They're going to help you get the information you need to prove your claim. Well, it actually is a good thing, but not always. So let me explain. When the VA performs its duty to assist, it's going to attempt to get your records, your veteran records from the VA, your military records from your time in the service, and your private medical records if you file a form giving the VA permission to do that. That sounds terrific. Again, great thing. Thanks, VA. However, the VA is a huge bureaucracy. It's gigantic, and it's slow, and it's not always accurate, and that can be a problem. So let's say, for example, you give the VA permission to talk to your medical doctors, your private doctors, to attempt to develop your claim. And so they send out requests when you file your claim asking for medical records that respond to the actual claim that you're making. And they get information back. Now, first of all, it can take a really long time. There are private doctors who simply do not respond to requests like that. There are private doctors who respond, but respond with, whatever they've got, or they don't send the right information. They don't understand. There are doctors who send everything, and in some cases, there may be things that are not conducive to developing your claim, that may show the opposite of what you're trying to claim. Yeah, that can happen. It can be out of context. Maybe it's not correct information. But if the VA digs it out and uses it against you, well, that's what happens. So these are things that you need to control rather than letting the VA control them. So my suggestion is, rather than filling out the form and asking the VA to go and do all the work for you under the duty to assist, when digging through, say, your private medical records, you do the legwork. You go and get those records. Get exactly the records that respond to your claim, that tend to prove what it is you're trying to prove. If you're filing for migraines, make sure you're talking to your neurologist and you're pulling out the records that respond to your migraines and how they affect you on a day-to-day basis, and the fact that you told your neurologist they started occurring while you were in the service, and so on. With regard to your service records, you go to the National Archives and you put in a request to receive your in-service treatment records and your military service record book, and you paw through that and you find those records that respond to your claim, and you submit those to the VA. You put those in with your claim, and in your personal statement, you call those particular things out. Page 3, page 12, column 6, paragraph 2, it says blah, 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 right? You put that information in rather than letting the VA go and get that information. Again, the VA has a duty to assist, and they will try to do so, but there's no guarantee that it's the information you want, that it's complete, or that it's accurate. They're simply going to do what the law requires them to do. If it works in your favor, great, but it may not. And on top of that, you won't get to see it. So the information that the VA pulls out for you under their duty to assist, unless you file a Freedom of Information Act request, which can take up to 9 months, by the way, you will not know what the VA found and what the VA included in their determination based on what they found. It's all going to happen in the dark from your point of view. So, what I'm trying to say here is, you get your records. You submit those records. Do not give the VA permission to download that information from your private doctors, or to seek that information, rather. It probably will help, but it may not. and it will take a long time, and you have no control over what they get or how they use it, right? Much of what the VA does, we don't get to see. And on top of that, we don't get to see their deliberations. We don't get to see how they make those determinations, right? Even when we submit the information, we don't get to see that. So there's not a lot that we can control about a VA disability claim, but the things we can control, we should control. It's for our own good. It's for our own benefit. And ultimately, we're helping the VA. Believe it or not, we're helping the VA. They should be able to move faster when they have the correct information right in front of them. And they didn't have to wait for a doctor to respond. And they didn't have to paw through mountains of documentations trying to find that one little tidbit that proves your claim. You're helping the VA to help you to develop your claim. If you take control of the process and you find your records and you submit your records. So if you're looking for a way to make your claim faster, a way to make your claim more accurate, to be correctly rated, that's the way to do it. Don't depend on the VA's duty to assist. It's great that that exists. It's a good thing, not a bad thing. But I suggest not depending on it. Go out and get your own information. This is Bill. I am the salty old Marine. I hope you found that useful. Please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, tell a friend, hire a skywriter, take out a newspaper ad. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, as always, have a great day.